Your dog inhales your shin like a slow, deliberate question. It is not asking where you have been. It is asking how you feel. You might think the nose is just a curious catalog of outside smells, the pavement, the grass, the neighbor's cat, but that catalog is a decoy. Underneath it runs a hidden stream of emotional data. Your dog detects the chemistry of your mood. Stress, joy, sadness all leave a scent trail on your skin, and that trail is the first thing it reads, the sandwich you ate for lunch. But the real reason is far stranger. That nose is not just a scent tracker. It is an emotional antenna. Your dog is reading your feelings through your smell, and it has been doing this for thousands of years. Your dog knows you are upset before you say a word. It knows when you are stressed. It knows when you are happy. How can a nose see inside a human heart? The answer starts with an organ most people have forgotten. Behind a dog's front teeth lies a tiny duct. It leads to a specialized scent organ called the Vomeronasal organ, or Jacobson's organ. You have one too, but yours is a vestigial remnant. In a dog, it is fully functional. This organ is tuned to detect chemical signals called pheromones. But here's the twist. Humans do not produce classic pheromones in the way many animals do. Instead, your emotional state changes the subtle chemistry of your body. A researcher named Alexandra Horowitz describes a dog's nose as an instrument of surgical precision. It can separate a smell into its individual parts, like picking out a single violin in an orchestra. Your skin releases a cocktail of volatile organic compounds. These compounds change depending on your emotional state. Fear has a chemical signature. Stress has a chemical signature. Joy has one too. In 2018, a biologist named Biagio Daniello decided to test this. He collected sweat from human volunteers. Some volunteers had just watched a video designed to frighten them. Others had watched something joyful. Then he gave those sweat samples to dogs. The dogs did not just sniff them, their bodies reacted. When a dog smelled fear sweat, its own heart rate climbed. It showed signs of stress. It sought out its owner for comfort. When it smelled joy sweat, it stayed calmer. The dogs were catching the emotion chemically. A few years later, a research team led by Clara Wilson confirmed it. They trained dogs to recognize the scent of human stress from breath and sweat alone. The dogs were nearly 94% accurate. They could do it in seconds, without seeing your face, without hearing your voice, just by smelling you. When you are stressed, your adrenal glands pump cortisol, the stress hormone, into your bloodstream. Some of that cortisol leaks out in your sweat. Your apocrine glands, deep in your armpits and groin, release a fatty, protein-rich secretion. This secretion carries not just hormones, but a whole story of your internal state. A dog's nose can detect cortisol in concentrations as low as just a few parts per trillion. That is like tasting a single drop of vanilla in a swimming pool, and your dog's brain is built to process that information instantly. A neuroscientist named Gregory Burns trained dogs to lie perfectly still inside an MRI machine. He wanted to see what happens in a dog's brain when it smells something important. When a dog smelled the scent of its owner, the caudate nucleus lit up. That is the same brain region that activates in humans when we anticipate something we love. The smell alone was a reward, but it went further. Familiar human scent did not just trigger pleasure. It also activated brain regions associated with social bonding and attachment. Your scent is not just data to your dog. It is the closest thing to a whisper in the dark. It tells the dog that you are near and that you are a certain way. But here is where the story takes a strange turn. Your dog does not just detect your stress. It absorbs it. The line between your emotion and your dog's emotion blurs. When you are anxious, your dog's body begins to mirror that anxiety. Cortisol levels in dogs can rise after smelling a stressed human. Heart rates synchronize. This is not anthropomorphism. It is a measurable chemical cascade. Scientists call it emotional contagion. Emotional contagion is an ancient biological shortcut. It helps members of a social species coordinate quickly. One animal sees or smells danger. The others react instantly without needing to see the threat themselves. In a wolf pack, this might mean the difference between life and death. Your dog inherited that wiring. How did a wild predator become an emotional sponge? The answer is hidden in an ancient scent pact, but it tuned itself to you. The ancestor of your dog was the gray wolf. A tense wolf smells different from a playful one. For tens of thousands of years, wolves that lived near humans encountered our scent. Some learned that a calm human smell meant safety. An agitated human smell meant danger. The wolves that could read these signals had an edge. They got closer to our camps. They raised puppies that were tamer still. But this partnership came with a hidden consequence. Your dog's emotional radar never turns off. Over generations, this process shaped a dog's nose into a dedicated human emotion detector. Today, your dog does not need to see your face to know your mood. It smells it. This ancient ability now sits at your feet every evening. When you come home after a tense day at work, your dog smells the cortisol on you. It does not just register the fact, it feels it. If you are scared, your dog becomes watchful. If you are sad, your dog presses close. This is not a trick it learned for treats. It is a biological response that helped our two species survive together. And it explains something you might have noticed. Your dog often seems to know how you feel before you do. Your body chemistry changes before your conscious mind catches up. Your dog picks up the earliest chemical whisper of an emotion, and that opens a door to an unexpected world where this ability saves lives. But how does a therapy dog actually turn scent into healing? It sniffs a patient's distress. Then it seeks out its handler. The handler is calm. The dog catches that calm scent. It lets the peace spread through its own body. Then it shares it with the patient. It is a chain of smell. There is something else your dog can smell about you: time. Researchers have found that dogs can tell how long a person has been gone by the fading strength of their scent. Your scent decays at a predictable rate in your home. So your dog knows if you're late. It knows if you're early. Now consider this. Your emotional scent changes over the course of a day. A morning scent might carry the fresh anticipation of the day. An evening scent might be layered with the day's accumulated stresses. Your dog reads these chapters. It knows your emotional arc as well as your spouse or your closest friend. Perhaps better. The next time you walk through your front door, watch your dog's nose. See how it maps your leg, your hand, the air around you. It is not just checking where you have been. It is reading the emotional residue of your entire day. Every anxious meeting, every moment of laughter, every silent worry. That long sniff is not a simple hello. It is a downloaded report on your internal state, and your dog understands it more deeply than you might think. Not as a list of facts, but as a felt experience. Your stress becomes its stress. Your joy becomes its joy. The boundary blurs. This is the hidden contract our ancestors signed with wolves. They would read us, and we would feed them. They would feel us, and we would protect them. Today, that ancient pact lives on in the wet nose pressed against your palm. You walk through the door after a hard day. Your dog breathes you in, and in that single inhalation, it learns everything it needs to know. Whether to dance around you, whether to rest beside you, whether to guard the door. It has read you completely, and it always has been, since the first wolf chose to lie down by a human fire. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel. There's much more to discover.